Hey everyone, this is Corinne Lafont, your favorite radio host, your only radio host, and favorite girl, of course, broadcasting to you from the lovely island of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean on Between the Lines. And I start my show off the same way every time, with gratitude. With gratitude, I am so thankful to be here. It's a beautiful day here in Trinidad, sunny, it's hot, it was raining about 2 days ago, beautiful weather, all the rain, all day, windy and everything, just cooled down the place, it was absolutely wonderful. And it's also beautiful today, I mean every day is beautiful to me, whether rain or sun, that's the only two weather conditions we have here. It's not like in some countries where there's snow and autumn and all those different things. It's either rain or sun, either way it's beautiful, and I'm thankful to be above ground, and I'm thankful to be here with a beautiful woman. Her name is Estelle California. She said she put on makeup for me today. Can you imagine? But when she has makeup on or not, she looks beautiful. I'm telling you, when we get later down in the show and you see her photos on her website, you will see what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. So let me tell you a bit about what we're talking about today, finding healing after trauma. That's a very passionate topic for me, finding healing after trauma. And let me tell you a bit about Estelle, and we're going straight into it. Estelle California, she also have a name like the United States, one of the states in the United States. That sounds funny to say. Estelle California is a singer-songwriter born in France. Her debut EP, My Name is Freedom, has gained critical acclaim from the media for its hard-hitting, socially conscious pieces. Estelle has appeared on podcasts and radio shows such as America Meditating Radio Show, Through a Therapist's Eyes, and the Dave Pamah Show, where she has spoken of her journey from a traumatic childhood in France, can you believe, to her current life as an empowered artist in Oakland, California. Welcome, beautiful Estelle, to Between the Lines.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to, and I love your introduction.
Yes, and I love your name, and I love the fact that you're from France, and you recognize immediately that my name is French. Most people don't know that.
Well, I know you can't trick me.
I wasn't trying to, but there are people. But how I want you to pronounce my name for me. Tell me how you would pronounce it as a French woman.
Corinne Lafont.
Oh my God! Did you hear that, people? When I say it here in Trinidad, they're like, "Ooh, you think you're all that?" I'm like, "No, that's how my name is pronounced. This is how it is." Could you say it one more time?
Corinne Lafont.
Oh my God! Why do you pronounce it like that? Explain that. Why don't you say Lafont? People want to say Lafont. Why?
Because in French you don't say the T.
Yes, I told them that. They're not listening to me, Estelle. They're not. They're not. They're not. And it's like the name just goes, you know. So they're like, "Oh, you have such a beautiful, rich name." I'm like, "Yes," and that's why when I get married, I'm not changing it. I'm keeping it. Estelle California, a beautiful woman from France. What in heaven's name are you doing in the United States, California?
Well, I loved it. I came the first time in San Francisco, and I saw all these people from all this ethnicity, all this gender, being together with no prejudice at all. And I was, God, this is where I want to be. So I came here right away. It was magical for me, you know.
Oh my God! And you say no discrimination, different people. So are you saying that happens in France?
No. Yeah, in France, everywhere. But I think it happens everywhere in the world. In France, the most maybe. But here, where I am in Oakland, so it's like magical. It's like a private island in the planet where you don't have that. It's amazing.
And you didn't have, what about language barriers? Were you English speaking by the time you moved over?
I have my accent. It's a barrier.
Yeah, well, for sure, your accent isn't leaving you. But were you English speaking at the time, or were you still?
Yeah, I was speaking English. Yeah.
Oh well, great. I can imagine the guys are coming after you when you speak. That French accent will get anybody.
No, because also guys here, they don't. That's the beauty of it. They don't come to nobody. It's like very respectful of gender, I mean, we are all the same, whatever we look like. You're pretty, you're not pretty, you're this way, this color, this gender.
Yes.
We are just all human beings. Nobody is, you see, better. It's amazing. It's magical. It's a big freedom
Nice.
of being. Yeah.
That's great. So you are, I saw on your website, you're doing work in terms of your singing and you know, your creativity. I mean, I'm like, whoa, this woman is talented. Tell me about that.
Well, it's funny because I'm going to publish a book actually, like in the next 2 weeks. It's a book that I was in French with a part in English, and
Okay.
I think because we're going to go to the healing and the trauma and all of that, I think the trauma we have to go through, the darkness we have to go through, is actually gift of, for me, creativity for many kids, but it's also a gift of the thing you have to give to the world. So I think it is precious, and this gave me my creativity. This is what I had to go through that made me. So this book I'm publishing is also about this time in France, and I think all of that is just the fruit of the survival, the energy that we have to go through. You see what I mean?
Now you're mentioning trauma. You don't look like somebody who went through trauma. I'm like, not that there is a look, but but you don't look like it. And there are people, I say that, no, I say that because for a significant reason. There are people who are looking as beautiful and, let's say, quote unquote normal, smiling and looking all right, but they are going through a lot of trauma. What?
Yeah, but by example, all the African American, they are always happy, shining, positive, joyful, and they have been through way more than anybody here, right?
Yes.
So it is, I think it's just a way of living when you had to thrive, that's forced you, that shaped you to grab on a positive thing, because you had no other choice than to live this way. So I think it's a precious way of being that you learned when you had to thrive.
But some people don't recognize that, Estelle. They are going through the trauma, they hold on to the trauma, they blame everybody else. They don't, you know, because we are talking about healing from the trauma. Healing and trauma don't really go hand in hand for some people. Because like you and for me, we see trauma as a necessary journey that we have to go through to become a better version of ourselves. There is a reason why. Instead of saying, why me? Say, why not me? You know, you have to go through it probably to help somebody else that you haven't met yet and to give that testimony. We just don't know, or to make us stronger for something else that's coming. But there are people, Estelle, that are like, no, why it has to be me? I am special. This is not supposed to happen to me. It can happen to everybody else, not me.
If I may say, I believe that in the journey, for me at least, there is a time for this. There is a time where there is all the emotions are coming, and this is a journey. Maybe you need sometimes more life than one to do the whole journey. But I mean, I think for me, I had a long time why me? Am I cursed? What's going on with me? What's wrong with me? I mean, I had this time, and then I find the anger. I had this time I had the anger. I wrote some songs, and I have all the emotions. When you have the anger, at least it's out of you, and then you understand why it happened to you. But it's a long journey, and I would not blame the people who are thinking this way, because it's a long journey for me to when I've been able to say I'm grateful for what happened to me. That was a big step. It was not easy. It was not right away. Believe me, it was a long journey to get there.
Yeah, because you're human, and you are going to go through the why me. But at what point did you realize that it is for a reason? At what point did you start to surrender? Let's use those words. Surrender and let go and allow it to work through you.
Well, first of all, I've been really sick, right, with all of that also. So it's a whole journey, right? Also, this song, this text, the way I write, it's not me trying to do something. The grace and the beauty is that I kind of channel my subconscious. And in the subconscious, you have a lot of healing and a lot of like things that your soul wants you to know, but you don't want to face them. So my songs have been a big healer and teacher. So, by example, and I had to heal my body, who was stuck in fight or flight. I had to do a lot of spiritual work. a lot of research on how I learned about the past lives, how you're not cursed, how you are here to. I mean, it was in France, it's not this way at all. So I was very stuck in a small picture.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to see the big picture here in California, I was, oh, maybe it's not me the problem. Maybe it's a gift. And maybe I understood things in a different way. And my songs were saying all of that. It was amazing. So at the beginning, I would not get everything. But I mean, after a while, you resist and that's how you see the truth.
Yeah.
And so I had this song, Grateful, that came one of the last one, and says that I am so grateful for this birth in darkness. Now I understand why it belonged to me. And it says that actually I am more grateful. I mean, it's still hard to say it, but I understand now why. And I think it's my gift. I would not have had to go through it. I would not have the empathy, the compassion, the light. I mean, when I came here, I saw all this African-American community. And I was, God, I understand what I'm talking about. The resilience is huge energy. It's magical.
Yes.
You cannot buy it at the store. You see what I mean?
Yes. Yes. That's amazing. Do you want to share with us, because I want your story to resonate with others who are listening. We're just talking generally before, but would you like to share with us exactly what sort of trauma you went through in your childhood that you had to overcome?
Well, first I had a violent childhood and I was a lot isolated. Then I've been raped the first time when I was 14.
Wow.
And then, I mean, it did keep going because I think also the brain is in a pattern, like the energy around you. It was a long pattern of mistreatment, a long time.
Abuse. Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't even know my rights. I didn't, you know, for example, what I'm very proud is like here in California, my daughter, if I begin to lose patience, she's going to say stop to me. She's going to say, Mommy, no. And I'm very proud because she means that she knows her rights. She knows I should not lose patience. I should be patient. And she's right. But me, growing up in France in this place, I had no ideas of my rights, of my words, of my truth. I had no ideas of my boundaries, of nothing. You see, when you are intruded like as a kid from the beginning, you just think that you are an open door to everything.
Yeah, you were programmed. And that is what happens to us, Estelle. We are programmed. And our self-worth, because I'm hearing you talking about just you had no self-worth, you had no self-value. So you were like, anything goes. I'm here to please everybody. Anybody can do me anything, until you're like, at some point, your intuition, your inner spirit is shouting, no, I don't deserve this. I deserve better than this.
Well, it took me a work. The first step is a therapist. So I would, because I would forget also so many things that happen, right?
Yes.
I would forget, and then they would come back to me, but I could not say I would have to say she, the little girl.
Yes.
And when I would visualize the little girl as another one than me, I would say, oh no, that's not possible. You could not do that to a kid, you see? So it was a long journey to integrate her to me, then to heal her, and it was that you could not behave this way with somebody else. But it was to me, you can do it, but not to others. It's a long journey in the brain to process everything. Yeah. I mean, I look amazing now, but believe me, it's not that magical. It's a long journey. I'm still healing, and it's just getting better. But you know, also, it's not a straight road. Like sometimes you have other trial that brings you back a bit back there again. It's like a spiral, and you get better, but you get a bit lower, a bit higher.
Yeah. That's the journey. That's the road. Bumps. Hills and valleys, climbing the mountains, swimming the deep ocean, floating sometimes. I am quite familiar with that journey, and it never ends. It never ends, because new challenges are always coming into your life.
But it's beautiful because I think the beauty for me is that the more I grow on this journey, the more I meet people like you, like-minded, beautiful, with an amazing energy, and that is like, that is a gift. Yes. It's the best gift ever.
And that in itself is telling you, when you see a change happening in your life with the people that is coming into your life, it is saying you are healing. Because before, you would have been attracting negative things, abusive things, toxic things. So the fact that that you're healing, it says, oh, she's now attracting a new set of people. Different people are coming to your life, and the universe is actually shedding and moving away all the ones that are not meant to be in your life. And the trick about it, Estelle, is that us as women, and men too, people who have been through the kind of trauma and abuse and toxicity, what we tend to do sometimes, we make the mistake of calling back these people into our lives. You know, like for example, somebody hasn't talked to me for a long while. I know I don't really like them, let's say, or they do well with me, but I'm like, oh, I should say hello. No, the universe has removed them for a reason. Don't try to call them back, bring them in, leave it, let it go, let it go.
Because the brain likes to go to what is familiar. And so if your kind of love in your childhood has been imprinted that it is like a unhealthy, toxic one, then you're going to always call back. So that's why I've been single for 5 years, because I need to break the pattern. Another pattern. I didn't want to repeat the story. And I think the attraction, the physical attraction, like the relationship is the hardest part to heal from.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Right? Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That's not a good one. That's a bad thing. No,
oh, yes. Stay the hell away from it. I'm telling you. And don't feel bad. And you see, the programming that we get, Estelle, especially as women, is that something is wrong with you if you're single. You're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're talented. What's wrong with you?
I know, especially in America, actually.
Yes, all over. It doesn't matter. All over. It's like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Something is wrong with being single. Hello, being single is a fabulous journey to be on. Because when you're single
first, and I have a baby, I heal myself, and then when I'm healed and I'm a bit more whole, I can.
Yes, you can welcome. Yes, and you said something that's important. When you are whole, you cannot bring in somebody if you're not whole. If you don't even know for yourself what you want, who you are, what you deserve, how could you bring somebody in there? And then you are going to be allowing people to treat you the way that they were treating you before. You're going right back to the state. No. And that is an international word everybody knows. No. No matter the language. No. You know, and feel good to say no. There are some people who just can't say no. They're like, okay, I'll do it. No. Practice it. Go in front of the mirror. Go in front of the mirror and say no. If you want to kind of add a little bit more spice to it, you can say hell no. If you want to add more spice, you know, the other word that can go with it. Bleep no. You know, you can add more. You know, it's up to you. Practice. Go in front of the mirror and practice different ways of saying no. Okay?
Yeah.
It's very how you say liberating. It's very liberating to say no.
It's growing.
Yes, it's very liberating. I see you have the Buddha. Is it the Buddha behind you in that image? Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Golden Buddha, and I'm on my piano now, actually.
Nice. You mentioned about spirituality. How? I know for me, I'm asking you a rhetorical question because I believe we're on the same journey, so I could relate. But for persons who hear us use the word spiritual, they might think, you know, especially for the non-spiritual, they might think church, a priest, pastor, God, whatever. You know, for those who are spiritual, you know, they might say the same thing. But for us, when you say on a spiritual journey, what are you talking about when you say that?
Well, in France, in Europe, you have the religion that is Catholic, that shames you, that is the sin that punishes you, that helps you to hate yourself, all of that thing that is against everybody else. And then, I grew up in that, right, in this culture. And when but I think I was always called by the more metaphysical thing, like more open-minded stuff, but I could not do that in France. But when I came here, I saw a very different world where you could think whatever you want, you could learn whatever you want, and everything. I mean, here everybody talks about his past life. It's normal in California. It's like part of the culture, you see.
Yeah.
And also here the religion is not as close-minded, so it's more like an open space where you can learn from everywhere, and it's more. I mean, the Black church here in California is beautiful. It's open-minded, it's welcoming, it's music, it's gorgeous, it's amazing energy. It's not like the one we have, the Catholic in France, you see. But my journey of spirituality is a journey of the gratitude. In France, we don't even have a word for gratitude. Actually, we have a word for ungrateful, but not grateful. It's amazing.
Wow, I don't believe that. I'm like, that sounds so. You know, You know, when you think of France, let me tell you the image that comes to your mind that has been portrayed about France is France is equated with love. Love. You get a nice.
No, it's not love, it's romantic.
Well, hello, romance is equated to love. When you hear love, you hear romance.
No,
That is
very
what
for me.
Hello, hold on. Let me tell you the image. So love, romance, the sexiest men on the planet. Okay? The men that just speaks this love language into your ear, and he carries you down the stream, you know, and all the candlelight and everything, and you're like the place to be. You know, you're swept off your feet, you're floating in air. That's France.
Well,
say something, Estelle. Say something.
well, it's a romantic city because it's beautiful. The food is amazing, but I mean, this is not what you live on. You don't live on the food and the beauty of all things. I think the energy of people is very more important than anything to me. And the people are so negative and drawn to sing and complaining and I mean.
Wow.
Here nobody complains. It's amazing. Here people they work 3 times more, but they never complain. It's magical, and also it's very open. As I said, nobody judges anybody here. You can do whatever you look like, whatever anything. You judge your neighbor. It's a big difference of behaving of the collective energy around you. And what else? So the spiritual world is not open. You can have the romantic thing is different, but not the spirituality. And so here. So the gratitude is not something normal in France at all. So I learned that concept here, and that changed my life. But also, you see, the non-judgment is still a big thing for me because also it's a way to control your anger. Because I get anger with politics, with racism, with all of that, and with all kind of abuse and oppression that would just kill my health. You see, I would get so angry. But I learned how to know that you have the young souls, the older souls, and you cannot blame the young souls because they just don't know. They have no idea what life is about. They have no idea what love is about. And it's just and also we have been young souls. So how would we judge anybody? You see?
Exactly. Exactly. We're not supposed to be judging anybody. Only one man has that responsibility, and he doesn't need help. So I did not see him put out an ad that he needs help. So he's quite capable. Okay? He's quite capable. Estelle, I want to hop across to your website. I want to spend some time over there. Let me see now. I'm going to get across to, let me see. Can I share that? Let me get your website here. Yes, I have it. And let me share your screen. Oh my God, you look so stunning. There we are. Look at you. Your eyes are so stunning. Look at that.
Well, we didn't took the worst picture, right?
It is not the worst picture. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. I love it. And I see you have gratitude. You were talking about gratitude before. Is there anything on here you would like me to highlight for you? I want to just scroll while you're talking.
Oh, I think the bio page is beautiful, but also the Black Glory page is my most precious. Yeah, the Black Glory page is my most precious one.
I think you were born to be black. You just look white, but you were born to be black.
No, I think I have past lives.
Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because I know I belong.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's some white people I know that I'm telling you, there's some people I know who just, why is this alarm going? There are some white people I know that really don't behave like a typical white, and they just don't want to be around white people. And I'm like, okay then, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. You know, I mean, we as a black race, we don't know discrimination. Well, hello, we are all different colors. The thing with blacks is that we run from the blackest of black to the whitest of white, and we're still black. So we're still black. You know, we have so many different hues in between, you know, so this is awesome. So you love your Black Glory page. Tell us why.
Because I think it's the whole theme of all my songs, all my journey, all my work. What the book I'm going to publish is also about. It's like literally the glory of the Black world, the Black
Yes.
people. But it's also the image of the light, the glory that comes out of the darkness we have to go through. That this is the stars in the sky, like you have the black sky at night, and this is the only color that the stars shine. So it's like the world we have to embrace to be able to spring out our light. So it's a beautiful, and on this page you can see what is so precious to me.
Yes.
You know, I have a song called Black is the True Light that you
I
see
am going to
here.
play it right now.
And before you have this, the kids in Africa, in Senegal singing it, and that made me cry. That's so beautiful.
Hold on, I'm playing it, Estelle. Hold on. We have to be proud of to defend and protect. Oh, black, I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to stop it there. Isn't that awesome?
It gives me chills, you see?
I see you enjoying that, shaking your head
Oh,
if you're in studio. I see it brought memories, sentiments
yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. You feel it. That's good. I felt it. I felt it from here. It's awesome. I thank you so much, Estelle, for sharing your story. You
My
know,
pleasure.
sharing.
Thank you so much for being with your beautiful energy today.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have no choice. It's in my DNA. It's in my spirit. I don't have a choice. It's in my spirit. And you know, as much as I have such a beautiful energy, people tell me about it all the time. They see a light, you know, and all of that around me. You know, it upsets people because, you know, I'm a mirror for a lot of people, Estelle, and they don't realize that. I'm a mirror for a lot of people. Mirror, yes.
Because you're sensitive, you're an empath, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a mirror for a lot of people. How did you sense that?
But because when you have been through a lot and abuse and all of that, you learn how to get the energy of the abuser first to protect
Mm-hmm.
yourself. It's a mechanism of survival.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's a journey. It's a work in progress.
It's a
So
beautiful journey, God. It's
it
hard, it's rough.
is. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard. It's hard, but I wouldn't trade it in for anything. I wouldn't trade it in for anything. Not that I would want to do it again, but I wouldn't trade it in for anything.
Me the same.
Oh my God. Estelle, it has been an awesome, awesome conversation. It's great to meet
Yes, we're so
you.
happy to be with you, to feel the
Yes.
Caribbean energy with. I'm so jealous you're there.
Oh no, don't be jealous at all. Don't be jealous. We're going to put it out there that you are going to come to Trinidad and we will actually see each other and spend time. Or I come to Oakland, California when things open up with travel and we will spend some time together.
Yeah, but I want to come. I want to come so bad.
Yeah, well, it will happen. Put it out there. Put it out there. Put it out there and it will happen. Put it out there and it will happen.
Yes.
Yeah? Just have some faith and believe and know it will happen.
We'll believe. Corinne Lafont.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love you, Estelle. Please tell them how to say my name one more time.
Corinne Lafont.
Corinne Lafont. You see?
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
easy. Corinne Lafont. Oh
Corinne
my gosh. It's pretty simple. Practice it, people. Estelle, California. Thank you so much for being on Between the Lines. You are
Thank you
alive.
so much for having me. So grateful to be with you.
Yes. You have to be safe, be well, and keep doing what you're doing. Spread joy, spread love. There's nothing else but love. Nothing else but love.
Yes.
Take care and have a great evening.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.